I got asked a really good question in my comments. How long do you think you should stay in the body recomp process while training appropriately? Or when do you change to a bulk or cut process? And I wanted to discuss it in this video. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jodie and I help you change your beliefs so you can change your body, your health, and your life. So I'm going to answer this question in two ways. I'm going to give you the simple direct answer, and then I'm going to explain it further and give you more of the answer that you probably want. To be direct, you can stay in the body recomposition process for as long as you're making progress. And obviously that is going to be dependent on your body and the program that you're following and how your body responds to training. And the length of time that you can progress in this process is going to depend very much so on your body and in particular the training program you're using, and then how quickly you get stronger in that program. And that brings me to the longer answer to the question: how quickly should you expect to get stronger? If you are following a structured training program and it is periodized, if you are doing the exercises correctly, and if you're pushing yourself appropriately, then you can get stronger very quickly, especially in the beginning. But even then, people have differences with how quickly they pick up movement patterns. I see it even amongst my nieces, right? I have three nieces, the 7-year-old and the 3-year-old are very coordinated. They pick up things I teach them very easily when it comes to yoga poses. I have fun doing gym classes with them and teach them squats and stuff like that. And they just seem to get it. Their body just seems to move how it's meant to. Whereas the 5-year-old, she tries her best, of course, but it is a lot harder for her. I see that even amongst my clients. Some clients just take longer to actually pick up the movement pattern, and that is obviously going to have an impact on how long it takes them to get the result that they desire, and then also how long they can stay in the body recomposition process for, simply because they have more progress to be made in the process. So whilst I can't give you an exact time frame, I will give you a general idea, right? You can spend a good year or two in the body recomposition process, but let's not limit yourself to a time frame, right? If you get to the end of 1 year and you still have progress to be made and you're still not quite where you want to be with your body, if you get to the end of 1 year, you're not going to just stop the process because it's been 1 year. You have to instead flip it to focus on where your body is at. And when it comes to body recomposition, you need to look at where your strength is at. So if you have potential still to get stronger, then you can keep going through the process. And I always say, like, body recomposition, yes, it's hard, especially mentally, but it is the easiest process to go through because it gives you so much more flexibility with your food. You don't really have to get uncomfortable like you do in a bulk process, and you also don't have to get as uncomfortable as you will need to in a proper cutting phase. You should enjoy the process for as long as you can. What you can do is you can Google strength standards for women or strength standards for men, and if you are not at the intermediate to advanced level of strength yet, then you still have potential to recomp. And then it's on you whether you want to continue through the process for longer or not. And it's the same with a bulking or cutting phase, right? Yes, it's good to have a general idea of, I'm going to stick to the bulk for 6 months and then I'm going to cut for 12 weeks. But again, don't limit yourself to that time frame. If you're cutting and you're in that process and your body is responding well, you're making good progress, but you're not quite where you want to be, and your recovery metrics are still good, you're still feeling motivated to train, you're not super hungry, your health is still intact, you can keep going. You don't have to stop just because it's been 12 weeks. The exception to this is obviously if you are training for some event, if you're a bodybuilder and you need to get on stage, if you have a photo shoot, if you have a wedding you're prepping for, obviously then yes, timelines do matter a bit. But if you're doing this as a, I want to get my strongest, healthiest body ever, you have to be committed to the journey, and it doesn't really end after 12 months. It's a lifelong commitment to yourself to your body, to your health. That is everything. And that's why it's also really important to do things properly and to do things in a healthy, sustainable way. Everything you do should be improving your health along the way. And then it becomes easier as well, because your health is the most important thing in the world. If you don't have your health, then you're gonna be wasting a lot of time and money dealing with sickness, right? Don't take your health for granted. If you're not working on your health, you are losing it. So it should almost be a priority to invest time and money, if needed, into your health now. Now, one more thing I'll say is when it comes to changing into a bulking or cutting phase, I really do recommend building calories up as much as possible, because that is going to make your cutting journey a lot easier. And it's very likely you are going to need to go through a bulking phase and a cutting phase and even multiple bulks and cuts to get where you actually really want to be. You know, that image you have in your head of what you want your body to look like. And so given that, I recommend going from body recomposition into a build before you then go into a cut. Getting as much muscle on you as possible, especially whilst you're already kind of in that building phase. You should continue getting as much muscle on you as possible. And then the fat loss side of things becomes a lot easier, and you are going to get a better result long term, because the more muscle you have to reveal when you go into a cut, the more toned and lean you're actually going to look. That is all for this video. I hope it helped you. If you liked it, please like it. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you have questions, feel free to email me. I put that in the description box, and I will see you in the next video.